Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem, Al Shai, Shem, Kakodah, Shalom to the 144,000 and rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm going to try to make this quick. Let's see where the Spirit takes me. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video A Heavy Quote from Vladimir Lenin in the Time of Jacob's Trouble. A heavy quote from Vladimir Lenin in the time of Jacob's trouble. If you don't know Vladimir Lenin, I'm gonna open it up for you. Bring this over here. Vladimir Lenin. So this is the premier of Russia. Let me see. Let me bring this over here. Vladimir Lenin, a Russian revolutionary, politician, and political theorist, who was the founder and first head of government of Soviet Russia from 1917 until his death in 1924. And what they did with this guy, let me do this. Let me go to images. Because prior to that, you had the royal family, which were the czars. Let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, influenced by Karl Marx, Frederick Engels, which he was rich, and Karl Marx. We do some study on him. What was the name of the family that they took down? Let me do this. Russian Revolution. Let me do this. Russian Revolution. Russian Revolution, 1917 revolution that overthrew the imperial government and that was a monarchy, and placed the Bolsheviks in power, and increasing government. Just bear with me for a minute. Who ruled Russia before Vladimir Lenin? List of leaders. Then I give me what the hell I want. The last royal family of Russia. Okay. The Romanovs were the last royal family of Russia, ruling the country from 1613 until 1917. So 16, 17, 18, 19. So they ruled for 30 years. And what happened to them was the Bolshevik Revolution. They killed the whole family. It was supposed to be one remaining. Get some more information. Bear me for a minute. Now these could have been Jake's. Okay, you had Catherine the Great. We don't know if she's a Jake or not. Tsar Nicholas. That's him and his family. But anyway, I'm not going to give you a history of a lesson in Roman history. I mean, Russian history. But let me come back over here. I want to see if they can find his corpse, which you get on display. Okay, though, so this what they did was they embalmed him, and if you go to Russia, you can actually see him and his body, but it's been dead for years, but it's been preserved. Let me do this. He's like considered this is an actual picture of his dead body that just lies in state. Because he's considered the greatest, it's some creepy ass shit. He's considered the greatest, Russian, one of the great Russian leaders. But anyway, he made a statement. He made a quote. And I'm going to let you hear it. Yeah, if you go to Russia right now, you can actually see his body. Here it goes. A century after Lenin's death, the USSR's founder seems to be an afterthought in modern Russia. Let me do this. Vladimir Lenin's body still on display. Let's see what it says. Yeah, so you can go and actually visit this devil. They embalmed him where he doesn't. That's some creepy ass shit. They put that's Stalin. You got to understand these are heathens right here. Let me see who this is. I guess Kim Jong-il. I don't know if they got him in state. This has got to be like a communist type thing. Here's another one. Now, who would like to go see this in person? That's his actual body that's been preserved. But anyway, this is what I wanted to get into. So this is GMS Apostle Street Ministry is live, Revelation chapter 13. So I'm right here, 37 minutes and 11 seconds in. So listen up. Out here, man.
Time of trouble.
The Jacob's trouble. Another scripture that Nate went on. Oh, we're just gonna go in the kingdom, la-di-da.
Yeah, now he's backpedaling.
Now he's back. And if you listen to me carefully, moron.
Yep, backpedaling.
Go ahead, speak loud, speak loud. So listen to this real good. Listen to this close. I had to kind of tell this is a shaman priest, a young elder, named Shaman, and he's gonna read this. He's gonna read this quote from I showed you Vladimir Lenin. So he made a quote. So this is a heavy quote.
You said that about 2025, that a lot could happen. This is a
Yeah, I made a statement in 2025. We see a lot of things happening. You know, this guy Biden, he pretty much gave the okay to go to war. You know, which, you know, Ukraine attack to attack Russia, which will lead to the third world war. He says shoot those long-range missiles, which can go. They're not intercontinental, but they can go about 200 miles. You have intercontinental ballistic missiles that can go thousands of miles, like the Satan II, which is a missile. It's an ICBM missile owned by the Russian government. Can go 5 to 6,000 miles. So from the middle of Russia to the middle of America, that's 5,000. That's about 5,000 miles. So they can hit the east. They can just totally destroy the East Coast, and they can also destroy the West Coast from either end. They can shoot missiles going to the west, or which is going to go to the east of the country, and vice versa. The west going to the. Let me see the west. Well, Russia can shoot from any position, but they can shoot to the west or to the east, and both directions they'll still hit, you know, Babylon the Great. So, anyway, and that's going to be, when those missiles are shot, that's going to be the final curtain call of the final seconds of Jacob's trouble. Because we're coming to the time of Jacob's trouble. We're feeling it right now.
quote by Vladimir Lenin. He said, "There are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen."
Woo! It's a hell of a quote. Who said that, Lenin?
Vladimir.
So you can tell me what you think it is, what it means. I mean, it's not difficult. But that's poetic, the way he put that, the way he made that statement.
Since you said that about 2025, that a lot could happen, this is a quote by Vladimir Lenin. He said, "There are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen."
Woo! It's a hell of a quote. Who said that, Lenin?
Vladimir Lenin said, "There are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen."
That means a whole lot of stuff is going, you know, the Most High going to dump a whole lot of trouble on America and the world.
Pandora's box.
Peace and safety.
Yeah.
Get the dump truck, boom, deal with that.
No wonder people are going to lose their mind. They're going to be like, well, look at, Pastor, look at what the Heavenly Father did to Job. Job was, he's living his life, and all of a sudden all those adversities like dumped on him.
He lost all his children.
Yep.
His wife left him. He got boiled.
Yep.
He was all messed up, and his wife, and he thought he had a. She was an actress. She should have got an Academy Award.
Yeah.
Yes, my love.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can watch the rest of this. We go through the whole chapter. This class took 45 minutes, almost 45 minutes long. So we went through the whole chapter, Revelation chapter 13. So what was the statement that the shaman, the priest, young elder shaman said? He read the quote from Vladimir Lenin. There are decades where nothing. I might even want to play it again. There are decades when nothing happens, and then there are weeks when decades happen. That's very poetic. Let me play it again.
Trouble.
Jacob's trouble. Another scripture that Nate went.
Since you said that about 2025, that a lot could happen, this is a quote by Vladimir Lenin. He said, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen.
Woo! It's a hell of a quote. Who said that, Lenin?
Vladimir Lenin said, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen.
That means a whole lot of stuff is going, the Most High going to do. Very poetic. And the first thing I thought about was Jeremiah. The first thing I thought about was Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 verse 7 and Daniel 12 verse 1. So, you know what I'm going to do? Where is it? So I went to Daniel 12 verse 1. So we all on the same page. Y'all know what that means, right? There are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks when decades happen. That was a poetic way of quoting Daniel 12 and 1 or Jeremiah 30 and 7. So let's go ahead and read this. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which stands for the children of your people, which are the Israelites. And there shall be a time of trouble, which is Jacob's trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time your people, which are the elect of Israel, shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Scriptures speak about written in the book of life, or the Lamb's book of life. The elect are written in the Lamb's book of life. Your name could be written in the Lamb's book of life, and you can be blotted out of the Lamb's book of life. It doesn't say the Lamb's book of life, it says the book of life, right? Shall be found written in the book, but it represents the book of life, or the Lamb's book of life. Let me do this. Let me just put in book of life. You know, if you go off on any scripture, your name could be blotted out. So I always use the example of the MOTB. We teach the MOTB as being one thing, and you got other camps, groups that's teaching another. So if we're wrong, we're out of the book of life. We're not going to make it. So it behooves you to make sure you breaking these scriptures down the correct way. Right here it is. You got it written how many times? 38 times in 8 verses. So we'll read some of these. Philippians. Well, we don't got to read that. Let's go to Revelation I'm not going to read some of these. Revelation 3 verse 5, he that overcometh, the same, he that endureth to the end. Matthew 24, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life. So all of you that came into this thing and went back into the world, your names were blotted out of the book of life. So you're going to be caught, you're going to be like a regular Israelite that never came into this, and you're just going to be destroyed, not knowing why you're going to be destroyed. But I will confess his name before my Father and before his angel. Showing you right there, this is Yahweh Shai speaking. The Father is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and the Son is Yahweh Shai. Revelation 13 and 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him whose names are not written in the book of life, not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So if you're one of the elect, you're not going to take that chip. You're not going to bow down to the beast. You're going to accept death if they offer it to you. Had many guys that fell off, went back into the world and tried to get back in, and there was a spiritual door, in front of them that they couldn't get past. Revelation 17 and 8, the beast that thou sawest was and is not and yet and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they beheld the beast that was and is not and yet is. The beast that was and is not and yet is Rome coming back as the NATO and the EU, which includes America and Canada. You know how I always say it. So people are, they're wondering, what's this all about? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And we hear of the elect, the hopeful elect. First of all, we know that this place is Babylon the Great, and that the deliverance is going to come out of Babylon the Great, and the elect that are scattered throughout the planet. But the main place that the deliverance is going to come out of is right here in Babylon the Great. Revelation 20 verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the book according to their works. So you do, like the Apostle Paul, he's going to get rewarded because of his works. The apostles, Stephen, he's good. Revelation 20 verse 15, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. The lake of fire is the missiles hitting Babylon the Great. Now I told my superintendent that, and after a while he didn't even say bye. He just got up and left. His eyes were rolling in his head. He's all bugged out. I told him, I said, there's going to be a World War III, and the two powers are going to be involved in that. I said, there's going to be a World War III. Then I told him about a mutually assured destruction. Revelation 21 verse 27, and there shall in no wise enter in anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. That's the elect. You got to be more than just an Israelite. You got to be of the elect. So right here it tells you that you're going to be taken out of the book of life. So if you guys are knowing knowingly, well, I don't know if you know or you took the bag or whatever the case may be. You just teaching the scriptures the way you want to teach it. And if you're wrong, you're going to be destroyed. Revelation 22:19. And you really should start at the 18th verse. And if any man shall take away from the words of the prophecy, the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. So you'll make it to the kingdom, but you're going to have to die first and come back. I'm watching this meeting. They got NATO. They've been talking about NATO a lot. Hey, we in that time. We're in that time. So now let me come over here. So it says, and at that time your people, which are the elect of Israel, shall be, not all Israel shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And I went through the precepts on what the book is. Okay, let me just get right to the point. All right, Michael, the great prince, i.e. the patron angel of Israel, stand up or as champion and defender. Hitherto the power of the prince of Greece has been unchecked. Michael, yeah, that's in Daniel 10. You can read it yourself. A time of trouble. The expression seems borrowed from Jeremiah 30:7. So if you go to Daniel 12:1, you should immediately think about the precept Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So like I said, when I heard the quote from Vladimir Lenin, he said there are years where nothing happens. I mean, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen. Immediately popped in my head, the time of Jacob's trouble, such as never was since. I'm not going to read all these precepts. Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, right? Jacob's trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And this is going to happen in our lifetime, in the very near future. We're counting down the months now. Shall be delivered. The period of deliverance, and we're going to be delivered out of it by way of the chariots. Here spoken of it is the same as the period of redemption described in Daniel 7:18. Beautiful. Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and forever and forever. Daniel 7:26 and 27. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it to the end. That's the enemy. So this is beautiful, man. Okay, as you read down, it speaks about, it says name, okay, it says the same figure occurs, I'm sorry. The names of the wicked will be blotted out of the book of life and out of the books of the holy ones. And then they give you the same scriptures. Yeah, I read all these scriptures. Wait a minute, Luke 10:20. Let's see what that says. Luke 10:20. Notwithstanding, And this rejoice. That's a good one too. That's a good one too. Now they go off on this. They say Daniel 12 is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes, and they ain't talking about that. It has nothing to do with Daniel 12 has nothing to do with Antiochus Epiphanes. Now he's spoken about in Daniel chapter 8. But anyway, like I said, I wasn't gonna make this long, but I'm gonna say it one more time. That really you can hear our our voices in the background. So read that again. Read that again. That was a powerful, poetic way of saying the time of Jacob's trouble. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next shalom.